quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself. Well then, court will take a short 10-minute... 15? Can we go to 15? 20 minutes? Can I get 20 minutes? You know what? Half an hour. I got a little stomach issue. Can we make it half an hour? Please? Just a little long? Okay, no. Okay, fine. Just trying to get that extra time. Was hoping to get the extra time. Guess not. But, hey, it looks like we, it took 2 hours to do that. Happy Saturday, Brick. Maybe 45 minutes? I mean, I'd be down for a 45 minute. Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought in your desperation you'd try to pin the guilt on Adrian. I swear this demon will pay. Little Nick! Pearls? Where's Mia? I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away. Little Nick, your phone is... I know, it's from Gumshoe. How's it going? Have you been hanging in there, pal? Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto. Oh, that's good, pal. Well, what about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where the killer and Maya are? We still don't have any leads, but, what? We don't have any more time. If we just have one, even a single clue, that'll be really helpful. I think that's why Maya called her over. I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I've got to keep the trial going until Maya's been rescued. But have I just run out of luck this time? Is all our hope for naught? A tent. A tent? I could see a circus tent. Mia! It looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. Oh, snap. Actually, that's awesome. Maya pulled it away from Pearls, and I thought Pearls was stronger than Maya. Cool. Good on her. She's locked in a dusty little room right now. But I could see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet away. Gumshoe! Is there a circus in town right now? There's only one, pal. The Very Big Circus. Maya is somewhere within the 300-foot radius of the main tent. What? Okay, hold on a second, pal. Hey, draw a circle on that map, about 300-foot radius from the main tent. Hurry. And? I could see a mailbox under the window, just outside. Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox. Okay, what else? What else, Mia? Sorry, but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. Okay, cool. That's a lot of great, good stuff. I felt like I was in an old office building, maybe the 3rd floor or so. I heard her. An old office building. Got good stuff, pal. Okay, just hang in there. Just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck. Good luck. I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die, okay, pal? I'm on 20%. Mia, Maya's not hurt, right? She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved. Oh, gosh. She's gonna want, like, barrels of just hamburgers. I know what I'm having for dinner. Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just have to make this trial last a little longer. Yeah, when Maya's desperate, she'll probably start eating the ropes thinking, French fries. Court will now reconvene. The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this, one obvious question arises. Why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real culprit. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. However, you have been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder. I understand. Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Andrews? Of course I have. You've seen it before? That's right. It's only natural the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten the court to this bear's secrets? All right. What? Was it a puzzle bear? Oh, that'd actually be kind of fun. Freaking puzzle bear? Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. Yes, it is a puzzle bear! Okay, cool. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. That's a pretty cool thing. I'd love to have one of those. So this figurine, it's a container, is it? Yes, looks can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree? This is superb craftsmanship. I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination. Oh, you can forget, and we'll just take more time. It's fine. I want to see inside the bear.
Oh, joy of joy!
Thanks for the cheer, Joy. Asian holy cow! Happy Sunday to you, sir. Happy Sunday from the UK. Woo woo, I hope you've been feeling well. Sadly can't stay since I work tomorrow and I'm actually playing a game too, so I don't want to be spoiled. Asian, thanks for coming in, man. Guys, if you don't know who Asian is, he's one of the first followers, and I actually want to say one of the first tippers to the channel. He's actually, if I remember correctly, they are the reason we played through the Danganronpa series. So again, hi Asian, thanks for stopping in to say hi. It's funny, you're playing a game, but you say you have to work tomorrow, so I'm confused why those both don't go together. So you're either going to finish the game into the late night and then be tired in the morning, or you're going to go to bed. But either way, good to see you again, man. A puzzle. That's right. But it looks like an ordinary figurine. True enough. People who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess this was a puzzle. Are you playing this game? Okay, cool. Yeah, this is Justice for All, so it's the second of the trilogy. What kind of puzzle is this exactly? I want her to take it apart. You can take it apart, and how would one go about doing that? Well, you first turn its tail to the right, and then push it in. Oh, yes, I see. Thanks, Asian. You want both? Yeah, I'd be doing both. After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed. Ooh, this is most interesting. A boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again. Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on. I think he's lost it. So what do you find after you take the puzzle apart? Oh, I'm trying to think of something lost. Is this going to be the, is this the suicide note? Is that what it's in here? It's the only other thing I could think that would be in there. Or is it maybe like the tape that, Ungard recorded? No, I thought he transmitted to his hip. Good night, Asian man. Get some sleep, bro. How do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it. Nani? It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland. This was a present from you? That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for Juan. So it was a present from Miss Andrews. Witness, let's continue with your testimony. So who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle? Only the two of us, Juan and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland. So I doubt there are that many people with this same bear in this country. But it looks like it can be easily broken. Especially if someone wanted to get at what's inside. Well, it's a toy, but it can never be the same once it's broken. Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container or jewelry box? She just answered that question. I never told anyone. As long as Juan never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew. The two of you, huh? then of course that means Mr. Ungard didn't know, right? This is about all I'm going to get for now. Wooden puzzle with a hollow inside. Only Karita and Andrews know how to open it. Huh. Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize that there is one very important fact we have uncovered, and that is this. The bear is actually a jewelry box. Now, as we have agreed to this point, there's only one logical question that can come next, and that is this. What's inside the box? What's inside? That's right. That's what we are going to find out next. Witness. Yes? You are the only one who can open this. Please. There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes are on Miss Andrews now as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. Click. Oh, there's a click. I've opened it. Is this what you wanted? What is that? It looks like a note. I don't think we need to guess at what that is, do we, Mr. Wright? It's the suicide note. Suicide note? The suicide note left by Juan Garrida's former manager, Celeste. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Juan Garrida himself. It seems Celeste Impax had very beautiful handwriting. She just as beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide. Then read it, Dingle. Order. Witness, do you know about this? Yes, I did. I heard it all about it from Juan. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Because it had already been taken by the killer. Everything is going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. So now the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question? What was written on the note? That's right. At least that's what I would think. Now then, I believe it's only appropriate that the contents of this note be made known. I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it. I was going to burn it, for her sake. I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of that note aloud. Very well. Judge's voice rang loud and clear through the deathly silent courtroom. In her note, Celeste Impact left us a record of all that had happened to her. About being used and then thrown away by Ungard. About being engaged to Karita and Ungard's role in destroying that. About how she decided, in her despair, to end it all. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't actually write an actual suicide note. That would be, like, oof, real dark. And that's all that Miss Impax had to say. There is one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Ungard. What? Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference. My word! Matt Ungard values, above all else, his refreshing like a spring breeze image, which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. At any cost. And that's why you treat women with respect instead of being a dick. Playboys are only hyped up because they're stupid. Wait, we're getting slandered now? Why? What did we do? There's no room for doubt here. Mr. DeKiller's client's goal was to obtain this suicide note, and the only person who needed this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with that note inside was found at the defendant's house. It seems we have come to the truth, at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone. Am I supposed to escape from this one? Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know. I have to carry on and buy him some more time. Okay. There are 2 deadly pieces of evidence. Figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of the situation through one of these. When it says something like that, I'm going to save. Gavel's already in Judge's hand, Phoenix. Hurry. Suicide note or the figurine? Which one of these should I pursue? Oh, man. We want to be able to pin it on Adrian. I think a handwriting analysis will make it... It will say it's Celeste's. I'd say the... there's nothing saying... I don't know. We're going to go... We'll pick figurine first.
Objection!
Please wait, Your Honor. Oh, man. Look at that lawyer. He's still going at it. Man. It's like he doesn't care that he's trying to get a killer off the hook. The assassin took this with him from the crime scene after murdering Karita. At the request of his client, of course. So what's your point, Mr. Wright? I don't think it's possible that Mr. the Killer's client was Matt on guard. In fact, I think there's a contradiction here. You can't tell by just looking at it that this bear is really a jewelry box. Chances that Matt on guard thought the note was inside this bear are 0 to none. I didn't think of it that way. Exactly, but I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. After all, there is no reason why Mr. On Guard would ever want a jewelry box like this. Order. Make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? It's just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one. Fortunately, I think he believes differently. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. The defense seems to be in the love with wishing more despair upon itself. Now what? I would like to direct the court's attention to this. What is that? It's a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying. What? I thought that spy camera was in my possession. Nope, he has it, because he's Edward. Matt on guard and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses. And the victim, Juan Carida, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt on guard. That's a total dick. Order! Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities. Well, sort of. Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. I see you are confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye. This camera that I have is not the same one. Last night, I searched the victim's house on a hunch. Using this. Wow, how did he get freaking cameras in his house? By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera. Dude! Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. On Guard learned of the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along. Well, he got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that. Hey, now what's the lawyer thinking? Mommy, is that man the bad killer guy? Don't look at him. why he's sweating so nasty. Phoenix. Yes, Chief. Have you figured out what you're going to do next yet? What am I going to do next? Just running away like a frightened child? I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting the lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing. Tell me the thing. It's your sister's life on the line, too. Your more specific help would be appreciated. What is it? There's a piece of evidence that he really should investigate. This one? Arc spy camera? Maybe? That's all I got. Something he should investigate. I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance. When he had the chance. When he had the chance. Picture frame? Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden? I mean, we haven't used the picture frame in court yet.
I think it's time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you?
What's this piece of evidence that Maya's talking about? Can I figure it out what it is that still needs to be looked at? I'm presenting evidence. And we'll go with what Mystic thinks. Because we haven't really used it in court yet. That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright. Objection! Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting this go so easily.
You're beginning to sound desperate.
That is just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? So you're telling me that I forgot something? Oh wait, we're gonna save here, so we don't do all of it. Oh, we got this. But there's something you really should examine. There's something you should examine about this piece of evidence. I do believe some special examination is needed. But I think the item that should be examined is the defense's gray matter. Balls. Whoops.
Mr. Wright, after this trial is over, I would like to see you in my chambers. I think there are a few things we need to discuss.
If you're going to speak, at least use your brain to make up something intelligible. So, you're telling me that I forgot something. Okay, what's the other piece of, like... I actually want to say one of these two, so let's go with this. And I'm going to use the other one too. Because I want to see what was on the video. If it's not this one, reloading. No. Okay. So it's not any of those. Let's just go through the beginning. No. No. We've already got pictures, that's fine. There's a lot of stuff in here I don't think we need anymore. It's not any of these. The bear? Nope. I guess we'll just be going through all these until it works. The suicide note? Oh. It is that one. I mean, sure, this suicide note was found inside this bear, but this bear was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Which means... the handwriting on the suicide note has yet to be analyzed. Oh, nailed it! First try. As to whether this pivotal piece of information was really written by Miss Inpax or not, that has yet to be even remotely confirmed.
Mr. Wright, you can't be seriously...
Mr. Wright, are you saying that suicide note is a fake? Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. On Guard. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into this bear? How dare you? Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There is no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever. But if this is fake, when the witness is the only person who could have made it and put it in the bear. Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim who could solve the puzzle is the witness herself. Ah! My 5th pair of glasses. You wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use it to frame Matt Ungard. I did no such thing. Right. If you're going to pronounce this suicide note a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory. It's not my job to do that. You need to prove it. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution. We literally did by ourselves get the best of Edgeworth. First time for everything.
Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on this suicide note?
It is as the defense has stated. The handwriting has yet to be analyzed.
If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where the verdict is impossible.
That's impossible. This isn't good, Phoenix. Judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. I don't think Maya will physically be able to make it another day.
I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate.
Handwriting analysis, my butt. That's just the lawyer trying to buy more time. Ungard is guilty. Look, any idiot can tell you that. I think we've reached the end of the line. Guilty! 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 Gumshoe, bro?
What is that sound?
It's Gumshoe. Hello, Gumshoe. What is it with him and what's with that side? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer? He got away. What? I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. Well, how about, is she okay? Wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do. Anyway, what's going on? We found his hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone. This sucks. I'm gonna keep looking for him, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time. But don't tell me we don't have any more. Do you hear that? They're calling for his head. Oh, Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come this far and, Oh! What is it? Now, let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. I can't do that.
Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself?
Yes, Your Honor.
About to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after.
Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch. Mr. Edgeworth? Please, you gotta buy some more time. Court is in session. Dude, Edgeworth has some of the jerkiest ways to be a nice guy. I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying?
Mr. Wright, this is a court of law.
Sorry, Your Honor, but person's life in danger just... never mind.
I'm reluctant to do this, however. It appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow.
This time I really can't do anything.
Court is now adjourned for the day.
Objection, Edgeworth? Come on, Edgeworth! Yes. That's my man. That's my man. That's my man right there. Ba-bam. Please wait, Your Honor.
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I humbly request another 30 minutes of your Honor's time.
For what purpose?
We can perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time.
Can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes?
I believe we can, Your Honor.
Wouldn't it be better if we adjourn for today and then reconvene tomorrow?
30 minutes. Please, Your Honor. That's all I'm asking for. Please, Your Honor. Buy you sushi.
Very well.
Yes, sushi did it.
The prosecution's request. The court will now take a 30-minute recess. Be advised that it will not allow another recess today.
Not sure if this is helping or hurting us.
The court will now take its final recess of the day.
We made it to another break. Even the break has hype music. Right, well, what's going on with Maya's situation? The killer. Looks like he got away again. 30 minutes? Can't find her in that time. Ugh. Report. Is that Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have time, just spit it out. Right, sir. Yeah. Looks like we just missed him, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident and rushed to get away. A few things. We use any of them as evidence? Oh, I thought you'd ask, pal. I've got the things he left in with me right now. I'm on my way over. What a boss. That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first. We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped your stuff and ran. What? Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to, look, I'm really sorry, sir, but I got to put the law on hold for now. Sounds bad. Hope he doesn't get in too much trouble after this. Now, with my hunk of a junk car, I say I'll be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me. Alright, just get here in one piece. I'm on a mission, and no one can stop me now, sir. No one. I'm pulling out all the stops and running every red light. If he gets pulled over, that would suck. Items left by the murderer. Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. What? Did he just crash? What's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me. No one can stop, me. Ugh. Well, we could go pick up the items at the hospital. What happened? It sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. What was he thinking? Gotta hurry and call for help. We have no idea where he is. Cell phone is broken, and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get those items before they do, the police will take possession of them. We can't let that happen. Well, if there is a way we can find out where he is, we stand a chance. Why, oh why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident? Because he was trying to run red lights. Get there safe, don't get there speedily. Life lesson. Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at this moment? I mean, he was somewhere between the circus and probably here, right? That's right, there is a way. What? How? I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this. Gosh. There is? Oh, can we do this? Right, we're not in the middle of a mock trial here. This won't work, huh? This is up to me. Alright, I'll think of something on my end. Oh. Well, I guess we just got Maya killed. That sucks. Alright. Well, you know, she was a cute little sister. That's fine. Don't get your hopes up too high, but I'll try my best. Did I say something wrong? Yeah, we did. We probably just lost the trial because of that. Edgeworth. What is it? I don't have the right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty. But what I'm doing now? I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using evidence to do so. And I feel like a jerk. Might be my turn to say, Defense Attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right. Doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict, huh? Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here? Yes, bailiff. There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent. I'm probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do. Okay. Also, if you guys don't know, we're playing this game. Whenever there is a break like that, we stand up and stretch. You've got 30 seconds. Everybody just stand up and stretch. Especially if you've been sitting watching the show. Stand up and stretch for about 30 seconds. With me. Oh, man. Oh my gosh. I hope you didn't hear all that. That was a lot of popping. Oof. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, what a great stretch. Oh, what a great stretch. It's just that little bit. Just that little bit. Not trying to do anything crazy. Just trying to get some blood flowing back up your spine, into your head, so you can do some stuff. Oh. There you go. And see, it's a little short. Little break. It counts.
Court will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. Why is he confused?
I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you seem so distraught, Mr. Edgeworth?
That is nothing, Your Honor. What's wrong with Edgeworth? Looks like something unexpected just happened.
Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis on Miss Impax's suicide note.
Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we've discovered that this suicide note is a forgery. Really? Wow. Rick, have a great rest of the night, dude. Enjoy family time. This note was not written by Miss Impax herself. It is a fake. Oh, Fantasia, you're just probably tired of the games you have. Gotta find something you can do. There are plenty of fun games to still play.
Order! Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain on what's going on? This is not written by Miss Impax, then who wrote it?
We would need more time to do a more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida. Mr. Corrida wrote it? Well, well. It looks like Miss Impax never left a suicide note after all. She never wrote anything about On Guard. However, Your Honor, even though the suicide note is indeed a fake, Mr. On Guard could not have known that, and so the facts remain unchanged. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it.
Does sound very plausible.
His theory that On Guard had no idea the suicide note was fake. Something's a little wrong with that. Do we have evidence to prove that it was real? I want to say because of that. Oh, well, that could be a Fantasia. It's probably burnout from the one game. Oh, wait. The defense believes that the theory the prosecution has stated contradicts testimony. If everything the prosecution has proven up to this point is true, then it's impossible for Mr. Ungard to not have known it was a fake. I believe that even more important than finding out if this note is real or not, is whether the attorney's badge pinned to that man's chest is real. That is the million-dollar question. Pause. Me too. Oh, even Mia? Why you too, Mia? I take a wild guess and say that I messed up. Hold on, save. At half health.
Actually, there is something I would like to ask. Mr. Edgeworth, you had stated something earlier to the effect the defendant had spied on Mr. Kurita's private life. I believe this would mean that he would have known about the note as well.
Oh, yeah. We got it wrong, but the judge got it right. That's low. So naturally, this means Mr. Ungard would have known that the note was a fake.
Order. See here, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
I was the one who thought of the spying thing. Jumping in and stealing my thunder like that is simply... can't even describe it.
Sorry.
Couldn't have even bragged about that embarrassing Mr. Edgeworth to my grandchild had you not. For that, I assign you a penalty.
Ow. He gave me a legal penalty. Rude.
The defendant knew the suicide note was a fake. And if that is true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way.
Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. Ungard's motive for murder was, it has suddenly disappeared into thin air. But, Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. Ungard monitored Mr. Kurita 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place Mr. Ungard didn't know of. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why didn't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place? Now we're being dicks.
Order. Mr. Edgeworth, it looks like this time it is you who has dug his own grave.
As I figured. It came down to this after all.
You're not making any sense.
Basically, Phoenix's client is a murderer. He had Maya kidnapped with the promise to release her if he found innocent. So Phoenix has to try a pin on someone else. Yes. Exactly. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. Question is, what next? What next? Yeah. If the prosecution can't prove Mr. Ungard's motive through evidence, then we must prove it from another angle.
Well, I agree with you there.
Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time.
Well, that's fine.
However, this witness is a little unusual. Edgeworth stuttering? This isn't like him.
Unusual? What sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? They can't be weirder than Miss Oldbag, or a lot of heart, or even Gumshoe. This must be really out there.
This witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the question of, who was it that hired Shelley the Killer to commit murder? Can't be weirder than a parrot? Very true. No such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty.
Mr. Edgeworth, who is this witness?
It is...
Go on.
The man himself, Mr. Shelley the Killer.
Oh, Mr. the Killer, of course.
Shock. How is he going to get him here?
You mean the killer? I mean the assassin?
Yes, Your Honor.
He's coming here to the witness stand?
Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission.
Well, Mr. Wright?
Yes?
Is this all right with you?
Do I have a choice here? Can't really do much else to drag this trial out. The defense has no objections, Your Honor.
I wonder if it really is all right to do this.
Very well, then. The prosecution calls its witness to the stand. Is there no other way to left to us? Now then, witness, your name and your, occupation, please. Very good, sir. My name is Shelley the Killer. I am a professional assassin.
I say. What's going on here?
Your Honor?
How can you remain so calm, and what is the meaning of this two-way radio?
Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. the Killer will testify to this court.
Cool.
See what the urgent phone call he got was earlier was about.
This will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even be sure it's really Mr. the Killer himself.
Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are, in fact, Shelley the Killer. I understand. Please wait a second. I'm so hungry. Maya! A voice.
Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this?
The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelley the Killer.
Looks we've run into yet another unexpected turn of events.
Only with this one. Only with these guys.
Doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, so...
Now then, witness. There is one thing I would like you to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Juan Corrida. Is this correct? It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. Corrida. Now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well.
This is all just a bad dream. I said a bad dream.
What's he gonna say? Yeah, this is a great game. It's weird. There's something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client.
Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever man. I'd almost say he seems to be mocking us.
Probably. While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief.
You mean about this trust between his clients and himself thing? Seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine?
Yes, Your Honor. There's no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix, as we do a safety save. We can hear anything you have to say later. Can you please just tell us your client's... I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said this is something I must state first. Do you know what the word first means? Smack. Sorry. Sorry, go on. Yeah, you don't, he just doesn't know. The trust between you and your client. I provide services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. Oh, you think the judge is so old that eventually when a newer Phoenix Wright game comes out, he won't be the judge anymore? Probably. I mean, he's old. They can't really make his hair any grayer.
And that is why you're testifying in this matter.
This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name so my clients can trust me. Couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It has never happened before, but if it ever did, yes, that person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would certainly...
That's enough, no more.
Jeez. Very well. It is only a hypothetical anyway. No, it's not. We have this. Does this count? No. Like, I want to prove the trust thing.
'Objection! 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 'Ob
None of those count? Really? Interesting. Did not expect neither of those to work. I mean, he was spying on him killing him. Spying on the killer killing Kurita. We're gonna press everything first, I guess. There's probably like an order to the game it wants us to do. Oh, not that. No, go back. Okay, we're caught up. It seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them. It does matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside their prescribed role.
The role?
Know your role, says the law. This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. He's gonna lie and say it was Adrian. And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven.
You? Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty?
To the gentleman who spoke just now, excuse me, but would you care to die?
No, I didn't. No.
Judges better watch himself. Wow, he can just say that? That's great. We understand, so please tell us the name of your client. I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things to say before I do. That egomaniacal thing. It's not good for your health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if you let everything just bother you. Somehow, that coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. I don't really care about all this extra fluff, just tell us the name. Patience, try to calm down a little. It's important to try and understand his mindset. He seems very steadfast and close, so you're going to have to work to get him to talk. So wait. What else? I really think it's that one. We did this, and we did this. What is the answer here? Is it even that one? No idea right now. We'll bumble through it eventually. This is one of the parts where if I don't get it now, it's so confusing. I did this, I did this, I did this, and I did this. What else would I need to use? Have to work, so we will talk. Oh, okay. It's just one of those pressing twice things. I'm sorry, but I was wondering about something you just said. Now, don't worry, Fantasia. I know what you meant. Gamers are gamers. You said that your client had already broken the rules. A person who frames another is the worst kind of human. And that's why you feel you can betray this person? I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role. Just my luck. An assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic? This case keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think. Really. In that case, I believe I'm prepared to disclose the information you seek. You have made it crystal clear that you value trust overall. I believe we are ready. Excellent. What is it? Now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name. If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness. What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida? That person's name is... Adrian Andrews. Frickin' knew you freaking lying. He's now super protecting Matt. Super protective. What? Witness? That's not what you told me it was earlier. Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews. We're getting played. This can't be. On the phone earlier... What's going on here? My guess is that Mr. the Killer just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Stabbed him in the back? I'm sure in order to get an audience with this court, Mr. the Killer told him a different name. Man on guard, perhaps. I knew it. This is outrageous. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie. But you're the one who summoned this witness. Shelley the Killer. My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Matt Ungard. Am I correct? All I wish to do is help procure his acquittal. Wow. All of a sudden, it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah.
Prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided this suicide note, which is forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility the defendant himself knew it was a fake. Most definitive of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. the Killer's client who requested the murder was not the defendant at all.
No.
With all this evidence, it's obvious to me that this means that Mr. Matt Ungard is innocent.
I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please, continue your discussion and call me when you have reached a verdict.
Bailiff, bring Miss Adrian Andrews in here immediately.
What now? The way this is going, Ungard will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but, Edgeworth is right. The killer is lying. And Ungard. Like, oh, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this? No, you can't. He'll probably leave.
Who would have believed that the prosecution's own witness would absolve the defendant?
We actually do that all the time. Are you even, like, present when we do these things, Judge? Like, at all? Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Shelley the Killer is certainly lying under oath. It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. That testimony just now was all one big lie. Miss Andrews? The suicide note may have been a fake, but that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. And Juan's death? It was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now? You have to believe me. It was a horrible, horrible lie.
Mr. the Killer himself has testified. He's named you as his client.
No, it's not true.
Also, there's quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife, the button, donning the nickel samurai costume.
But that's...
You even have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste Impact was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reasons to want them both dead.
No, Mr. Wright. You know the truth. Tell them the real story, who the real killer is. Tell them, please, help me. Yes, I know the truth.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe we've reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or opinions.
To decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away?